look your face. Because okay, make I carry your picking. So if you're here and they are not carrying your picking, you know why. It's not because you're picking no fine. The way they see your face is not approachable. Everything is on attitude. Even when you go through things in life, attitude matters. So it's important. I could be giving you 100,000, but the attitude with which I give it to you can make you to either appreciate it or not. So people can decide not to have anything to do with what you are doing based on the attitude you're putting on. And a lot has missed good things in life, not because God have not answered their prayer, not because there was a witch in the village that was so strong that God couldn't bless them, but because their attitude was wrong. They have a very bad attitude. Nobody wants to help you. Nobody wants to have anything to do with you. Your attitude has canceled all your prayers. Your attitude has incapacitated your angels. Your attitude has put God in a tight corner. God can't even do anything for you because of your attitude. What's the difference between David and Saul? Is the attitude of the two men. What Saul did is not close to what David did, but it's the attitude. David was always quick to say, Lord, I'm sorry, I'm at fault. But Saul always had every good reason to justify his failure. In other words, he's telling God, you don't know enough, you're stupid. Here they come. This tying cloth matter. Like we're going to put it in our church constitution. Anybody who is doing Thanksgiving, thou shalt not tie wrapper. Just wear trousers and shirt and you'll be fine. Amen. And they're looking beautiful. It's no longer Bro Justice and Sister Vanessa. This is Mr. and Mrs. Clap your hand. Are you jealous? Now me say me, you never married. Amen. They're looking wonderful. Well, thank the Lord for what he did yesterday. Good to have you here. So it's all about attitude. David conspired. It's not an accident. He didn't do it by accident. He saw a man's wife, planned to take the man's wife, slept with the man, impregnated the man's wife, didn't stop there, tried to get the man to take responsibility of what he did by getting the man drunk, sending him to go and sleep with his wife so that he will say, okay, because you slept with me, that's why. He already knew the woman was pregnant to obey. He just wanted to do a fast one. But the man refused to go and sleep with the wife, so he planned and said, kill the man. Then in the law code, they call it what? Premeditate. Meditate. Help me, this thing. Murder. He planned. It wasn't accidental. But God says this man is a man after my own heart. How is this possible? What did Saul do? Saul didn't kill anybody. Don't call anybody wife. It's not just simple disobedience. Because God didn't see it that way. Did you know what happened to Saul? When God sent the prophet to confront Saul, remember, Saul wasn't looking to be a king. The Bible told us Saul, even though he was the tallest man in Israel, was a very timid individual. He wasn't looking to be a king. God just took him from nowhere and made him a king and gave him everything. But he has this, how will I put, disregard for God. He never took God seriously. God told him what to do. You go there, you kill everything, come back. And then he went there. He wasn't a man who was loyal to God. He'd rather listen to his friends than listen to God. So he came back with some good things. And when God asked him, he said, it's you I brought it for. But God was clear. Don't bring anything. Yes, when God went further, he said, no, but you say you like sacrifice. No, we'll give you sacrifice again. We brought it for sacrifice. There was no atom of remorse. There was no, hey, I don't do mistake. Oh, I beg, no verse. He was justifying his act. You can't say I'm wrong. I did right. You need sacrifice. It will not give you sacrifice. You go starve. Oh. So we're just trying to do you good. It's not even about me. Oh, me, I'm okay. Oh. It's you. Don't call the quarrel person. Now you. We'll just bring her for you. And then the king, the prophet Samuel left. Paul was, there was no place the Bible says, and Saul felt bad and repented or nothing. He went about his business like nothing happened. And then God came to visit Samuel and said, did you see that guy? Did you see that guy? When he was nothing before his eyes, I picked him and I made him a king. You see how he disdains me. And the Bible says, and Samuel began to plead with God on behalf of Saul. God said, I will not take it. God said, I will not take it. I made up my mind. His attitude is very wrong. I can't take it. Then fast forward to David. And David did all of this. And when the prophet came and started speaking to him in parables, where is so man? David said, who is that man? He deserves to die. Who did this nonsense? You have plenty sheep. Now you collect one person, only sheep. You collect the sheep and you need to die. And Nathan said, you are the man. David didn't say, you know who they talk to? I kill you today for nothing. I am the king. David didn't say that. He was not just a king, he was a warrior. This guy has seen wars. He didn't say, I'm going to kill you today, you stupid man. The Bible says he fell down and he tore his clothes and he was heartbroken. He said, I've sinned against the Lord. I deserve to die. So you see, it's not about what they did, it's about their attitude. And that's the problem with many of us. That's why God will never promote many. That's why God will never bless many, because of their attitude. Not because they didn't pray long. You can sleep in church for 100 days fast and God will still not bless you because you already see your heart. The Bible says, and your God is a God who weighs the heart of man. He sees beyond what we can see. I always tell people here in church, it's not difficult for God to bless you, give you a car. No, but what God is checking is, what's going to happen when I give you that car? What are you going to do? You are trying to be smart with God. God, give me a car. God already knows if he gives you a car, he will never see you again. Ever. So you're praying, Father, give me a car, give me a car. And God will say, Angel Michael, please, don't try it. Let's keep him trekking. I'd rather see him every day than give him a car. So see, the problem is not giving you the car. The problem is, what are you going to do after God has given you the car? Will you honor him with it? Will you acknowledge that that blessing comes from him? You know, how many of you saw what Kenneth Okonkwo was saying about blue, blah? You saw it? When he was saying that the man is arrogating himself, the power, that he single-handedly made the president the president. He said, that's the more reason why you will never smell this. He said, the arrogance. To say is your turn. Now, I'm not politicking here, please. I'm just saying, just to garnish my message, what I heard. The arrogance. Say, it's my turn. 200 million or more Nigerians is your turn. Daddy, when will it be your turn? It's not about being your turn. Because if it's about being your turn, then it's not even close to your turn. There are men who have labored in this country who have not smelled any of those seeds. You do not acknowledge that this thing is about who God gives the grace to do that. Say it's your turn. Like it's some inheritance that you need to inherit. Nothing is your right. It's all about the mercies of God. It's all about the grace of God. So what's your attitude? So in this time of Thanksgiving, that we're going to come to thank God in this season of Thanksgiving, what's your attitude? Many times it's not about what you brought before God. It's about the attitude with which you bring it. Is there honor attached to it? Or do you see it as you're doing God a favor? I've always told people, if you say the reason why you will not come to church is so that when you get money, you will not come. Aren't you seeing that you are arrogant? It would take long before you have that money. Because what it means that you want to come and impress God. You get what I'm saying? You can't impress God. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you say the reason why I will not go to church, I'm waiting when I make. If you have made it, so why are you going to come to church? If you make it, why are you going to come to church? God was saying, he said, I must get the glory in your life. God wants a situation whereby you will acknowledge that no other person is responsible for your success, for your preservation, for your promotion, except him. If he can't get the glory out of it, then you missed it. So attitude is everything. We came here yesterday for the wedding, and there's one girl, one shop down there. You saw me, you were in the car, I knew you were in the car. And I just parked, and I was I told the girl to come. I said, excuse me. She looked me from up, looked me down. I said the second time, please, excuse me. See, now, I'm coming. Then I'm coming. She's learning, and nobody never say she's not sabi to do hair. I know say she never sabi. They learn how they do hair for that shop. But her attitude, she can't spray, because if now she get the shop, she not going to spray the towel, abi. So as she they hang the towel, she's not even the first apprentice. I know she's not the first. She's on the hanging towel level. Now there she stay there. She say she they come. And she leave me, waka, enter the shop. Well, I know say if my wife is giant like Vanessa. If my wife catch her, you just squeeze her like this. She could just die once. So I came down and I said, I called you. And why I was calling is because I wanted to tell her, please, sorry, I'm parking here. Because normally we don't park there. We have a wedding, I will soon move, because the car was kind of blocking her. I just wanted to, you see, my small self want to be nice. Then her being jump self feels I don't amount to anything. Because that's where I see it, because I'm small. Yeah. She feet are small. Yeah. But I know say she, as a small, are big. For where she did, I be giant. She be ping, like full stop like this. So I was telling her. Then the other lady that was learning there was beside her and was looking at the guy was telling me, I don't say, attitude. You don't even know you don't know why. Very wrong attitude. Maybe that girl have not be praying, God, send me my husband. And she doesn't know if her husband is waiting, because whatever God is going to do for you, he was going to do for you through men. He doesn't know if her husband is within my circle of influence. So just imagine 2 months, 3 months, 1 year from now, maybe I'm with the husband. We've got to know, and we are gisting. And she come and pass with her small self, with all her Mary Kay and her Bone Street. She's ready for marriage. And then the guy asks me, I see that lady I want. I will say, eh? They will say, God didn't answer the prayer. But she was her attitude. Are you getting what I'm saying? So many people have wanted to help them, but their attitude. Because sometimes you will not be where they will talk about your matter. You will not be there. When they were, God and Samuel was discussing about Saul. Saul was nowhere close. David was not there. But recommendations were being made because of attitude. What did God say? God said, I've seen David. Even David didn't know what was going on. I've seen David, the way he takes care of his father's sheep, his faithfulness. He saw a lion. He didn't run away. He preserved the father. He saw a bear. That boy will make a good king for my people. He was not there. But God was recommending. Same thing with Job. Job was not there. But God was talking to the devil. Have you noticed Job? He's a nice guy. If we make him rich, he will be nice. Let's just make him rich. I'm giving you an example. But the other guy, God said, if we make him rich, all the land in the village, he will go and drag it. Let's not make it. Let's leave him all. Let's leave him all. It doesn't matter the pastor that pray for you. God say, no, let's leave him. I know this guy. You don't make him, don't try it. Oh. Something happened in my family one time. One of my distant uncle, he went to America. He was the first guy to go to America, study aeronautic engineering. Yes. While he was there, before he come back, he was threatening how he's going to kill all of us before he come back. So when I come back, I will deal with all of you. He was getting ready, reading 7 books of Moses and everything. But God is wise. You know, when he came back with a mental problem. Because they would rather keep him with mental problem. He said he will kill everybody because he was threatening he will kill all of us. How he will use his influence and destroy us. But he came back less. Couldn't do anybody anything. Couldn't use that education for once. He's long dead now. The only thing he came back was a camera. That's the only thing he came back with was a camera. He's snapping us. What's your attitude? What's in your heart? What's in your heart? God understand that this church where they come every day now just because you won't marry. You don't already know. They have discussed your matter. Say, Lord, I'm getting to 50. And Jamake said, Baba, wait till you talk about. God said, leave him, let her get to 60. It's better. If not, we'll not see her. So, Lord, bless me with a car. God said, we like it when he trek. Because your trekking is the only reason why you still come to church. Some people, once God bless them, before God bless them, they are all humble. You know, when things are not working, there's this fake humility that you used to have. They are all humble. They're just magnify the Lord. They are there. Just this, you're laughing. They are just there. Before pastor say anything, you are there. May God just give you small money like this. Now you go to call pastor. You just call pastor. Where are you there? Where you call collect your tithe for house. So I'm very busy. Very busy. I have many things I'm doing. So God encourages us to come with the right attitude. It matters. Many of us are reason why people don't want to have anything to do with God because we have a very wrong. They say, if church now this person type, I don't want go. I don't want go. But God wants us to be a living epistle. People should look at us and want to know our God. And want to know what is making it work for us. You get what I'm saying? It is the greatest gospel you will ever preach. It preaches better than the one I'm preaching now. Your attitude. People can just see you and just get to know so many things about you, but you haven't said one word. I was on this upstairs one day when we were on the other side, and one lady was downstairs, and she was shouting. She carried bottles, she carried many things. Say, you don't know me. If I bring the other side of me, I say, Haba. A young lady. Don't care who is. And it happens in church all the time. Happens in church all the time. Yesterday we were singing that blessed assurance, Jesus is mine, your wedding, and mistakenly somebody will just match somebody's leg. He said, wait, we will leave church first. He'll be singing. It happened here one time. One brother and one sister, they were quarreling. The sister said, now because we're there for the same church, Abi, wait, we'll see for our side. No. As a wrong kind of attitude. God wants us to have the right attitude. I'm going to read a place and we'll round up. Not too long preaching today because we'll have the couples here and we'll have a Thanksgiving. But let's just read this place so that when you're coming on the 11th of December, you prepare yourself, you come with the right attitude. Don't come here like you want to do God some favor. You're not doing God any favor. God said, if I were hungry, people need to understand that. He said, if I were hungry, I will not ask for your permission, for everything belongs to me. I will just take it. Mark chapter 12. Just read a very lovely story there from verse 41. 41. It's a story we all know. I think I should just bring it back to our heart. And Jesus sat over against the treasury and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast more. They cast much. Go to the next verse. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which made a fathom. Go to the next verse. And Jesus called his disciples unto him and said, verily I say unto you, that this poor widow has cast more in than all they which have cast into the treasury. Go to the next one. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of her want did cast in all that she had, even all her living. So you see, these are 2 people. I always tell people that you brought something to God does not mean that God accepted it. You know, when you bring things in church, we can't tell you to take it home. We don't see your heart. But you can actually bring things to God, and God never accepted it. So sometimes you say, okay, I've given things. How come I didn't get blessed? Because God did not take it. It is not in the quantity of what was given, but it's in the quality of the heart that have brought what was brought before him. Are you getting what I'm saying? So here they are. All the rich men gave richly. And this woman came and just gave, and God said, look at these 2 people. Their attitudes are different. The others came to impress God. The others came to make name for themselves. The others came to get accolades. Just it happened in church, and people would do something. So maybe they gave us 1 million during the week, or 2 million, or 500,000 to do something in church. That was on Monday. Then on Sunday, the pastor comes, as I am now, and after preaching, I'm about to share the grace, and you will see somebody come like this. Pastor, are you not forgetting something? That are you not forgetting is that he sent somebody today to remember that he gave 1 million on Monday. Can you just close the church like that and not mention that 1 billion? Are you sure you are not forgetting something? So if you don't mention the 1 million, you are in trouble. You know? But there are people that can do plenty. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to appreciate people when they do things. But if the reason why, as my wife is here, one of the things they taught us, teaching us, bringing us up as pastors is, in the ministry school, is you do things without expecting any form of appreciation. That way you will not be offended in any way. So when people appreciate you, wow, it's a plus. You are excited. When they don't, you are okay. You are okay. So you learn it. You do things for people. Not, there are some people, they even give you the shoe where they wear remain. Then you come church and you pass. Is that blame you? You don't blow now. You know they greet somebody now. That word where they tell you now, because he give you shoe. So as you pass, you know say good morning, sir. I say, I blame you. You don't greet somebody. I blame you. Not be your fault. Not be your fault at all. There's some, maybe they did something for you. You're in church, you're dancing too much. You say, dance small, low. Because when blind man missed the sherry, when he picked to get another, they will just give you some useless proverbs that are so big, they will even confuse you. Just because they give you one. What he's trying to tell you is if that cloth tear, you know how you won't get another one. So he's just giving you what? You just be dancing and dancing now. Wow. You can't just dance small. Dance small. Oh. Enough. A word is enough for the wise. I mean, People give you things, they want to let you know how you're going to use it. They want to, they give you perfume. You will say, you're smelling too much today. Don't say, small, now they use it. You have given the thing, it's not your business. Now, we do it all the time. You give offering, you want to know what the offering is used for. You give tithe, you want to know what the tithe is used for. But unfortunately, you do all this only in church. You have never gone to a native doctor once and tell him, wait till you use the sacrifice we bring condu. You will not try it. If the man even look you like this, you say, sorry, Baba, you rush, I'll be going house. Are you waiting for us to put unzu in our eye? Is that what you want us to do first? Before we can calm you down. You lie down and you put everything he say. Both human beings, he say you bring, you give it and you go. You never ask him question one day. If he call you, say, Baba, that thing didn't work. Oh, he say, because you need to do more. You will not ask him. How about the first one? You will do more. Our attitude. That is why it looks as if these things don't work. That's why it looks as if we don't get the right blessing. So when you come here on Sunday, don't come with that entitlement mentality. Don't come here thinking you have come to do. You're coming to do God a big favor. Some of us, our prayer is complaint, it's not prayer. It's warning. We are warning God. Some of us, we threaten God. We are threatening him. Father, in the name of Jesus, you know, sir, they asked you for car since 2 years ago. This year, if you don't do it, if you see me for church again, call me pastor. You are threatening God. Do you think God? Nothing will happen. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's not a prayer. It's not supplication. It's not you asking something from God. It's you threatening God. Come with the right attitude. When you bring your seed, come with the right attitude. The attitude of appreciation. Lord, you have done so much for me. Are you aware that if anybody should give you a gift, I'm sure you are aware, the way the person give you a gift will determine whether you appreciate that gift or not. Somebody can give you, just imagine I want to say, you see your poor self and your poor family. You see you just trying to bring you up. They are bringing you up. You're bringing yourself down. So take this 100,000. Just go and help yourself. Nonsense. But no, they gave you the money, but will you appreciate it because the person already have told you your life before he gave you the money? I was telling them in the morning service how somebody that was in a relationship for 2 years, he came here one day and asked me to pray for the boyfriend. And I was just led to ask, I say, will this man remember you if God bless him? He said, yes. 2 years after now, she don't come. Tell me, say, the guy just call off the relationship. And not be only say call off the relationship. Do you only one miserable iPhone 12 Pro Max we buy for him? He collect and back seller. Sell the thing. 2 years of labor, commitment. I said, why didn't you tell me before you give the phone? Because you will never give that phone back. We'll quarrel for this time. You should have told me. Because that phone are the only thing where you get for 2 years. The only thing where you get, they don't collect and sell. So, he came with one blind Nokia phone to meet me. So what do you want me to do now? What do you want me to pray? Is it that the man we should kill him? Or something? I asked you that time. 2 years for nothing. You see, those kind of people. I said, well, you thank God because this kind of man will take every... You know, one time I heard that one guy was dating one lady in Nigeria here, and when they had a problem, the guy went to church. The girl go church like this. You go there, go collect the key for the car. It will never happen to my daughter in Jesus' name. But if anything like that, try. I don't even bother Holy Ghost. You are not getting anything. Don't buy the car, you don't buy and forget. Don't get anything. If not, I'll come with my calculator. We'll get many things to calculate. Amen. So you come with a heart of thanksgiving on Sunday. And let's celebrate our King. Bow down your heads and let's pray. So Father, I want you to help me. Holy Spirit, walk on my attitude. My attitude. My attitude. What is my relationship with people? Attitude. What is my relationship with God? Attitude. What's my relationship with my boss? What's my relationship with my husband, my wife? Attitude. Attitude is everything. How do you feel about God this year? He has done so much. We sang that song. Are you coming with a mind of, Lord, thank you. You've done so much for me. Even if I don't have everything that I desire for this year, but I have life. And that means there's still hope. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. Things have changed in my life. Just take a minute and just thank him. Thank him. I don't know. Thank him. I don't know for what reason, but thank him. A songwriter said, count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord have done. You will see reason to thank the Lord. Father, we give you praise. This year for this ministry has been